my back. Okay. That hurt like hell. Oh, my arm. Oh, that hurts. Okay, sorry. Okay. Alright. I shouldn't stretch like that. I really didn't. But it partially feels good, but then to the point where it actually starts to hurt. Hi, baby! You want to be in my video? Come here. Hello. Hello. You gonna harass mommy in her video now? Look at this innocent soul who decided to bother mommy, his mommy, in her video. Yeah? You're gonna bother me? But anyway, this is my reaction rant to The Flash Season 3, Episode 15, titled The Wrath of Savitar. I did technically watch it live, but the only problem was I did not watch it at home. I was at a friend's, and, I watched it there with my boo and, that one friend who watches The Flash just like I do, which is awesome. Ha! Hey! You! Okay, now you go. Go get your toy. Go. Anyway, sorry about that. What? Do you seriously? You see what I'm dealing with right now? You see? Okay. You better not squeak that in my video. Ow! For real? Are you for real, sir? Mr. Odysseus, my dear child. Okay. Oh, blah. Right in the mouth, man. Anyway, let's get to it. Apparently, last we saw, Wally was having, like, pretty much a dinner date with Jesse. And he went to go pick up food, and he ends up seeing Savitar. And we pick up again, shortly afterwards, Wally's having visions of Savitar. And, we finally find the answer to the last episode. Because remember, Barry proposed to Iris, and it pretty much cuts off the episode before we even hear Iris's Iris's answer. We finally get an answer because Barry and Iris pretty much announced that they're engaged, and she apparently said yes, obviously, because they announced it to the team. They show the ring, and of course, they're all happy. But we see this look on Joe's face. I feel like he was mad, but the only reason why he had that face was because he's like, "Why didn't you ask my permission?" and all that stuff. And I understand that because a lot of people are more traditional. It's like, you ask the parents' permission first. And since, Iris's mother is passed, the only parent she has left is her dad, you ask permission. Traditionally, right? But anyway, they end up getting a call. Not really a call, but like a warning. There's a building fire. And Barry and Wally race off to respond to the building fire. And while they're en route, Wally gets another vision of Savitar and literally gets physically attacked by him. And Barry, he witnesses this. He's like, "Wally, what's wrong?" Right? And then he literally sees Wally getting physically beaten up, and he's like, "What's going on?" Because Barry cannot see Savitar beating up poor Wally. And back at the lab, Wally has admitted to the team that he's been having visions of Savitar, but that was in fact the first time Savitar ever got physical with him in these visions, right? Barry obviously is upset because he's like, Wally's been keeping this secret for a while. And he says it's best that Wally's away from the team because he thinks that maybe the only reason why Wally's the only one who's able to see Savitar and not even Barry is because maybe Savitar might be using Wally to spy on the team, right? So he ends up sending Wally away and begs Julian to he pretty much begs Julian, "Can we use you to communicate with him?" Of course, Julian doesn't want that. He doesn't want Savitar in his head, especially with Caitlin walking around, because he doesn't want Caitlin to see him like that, to see Savitar completely take over his mind, you know what I mean? And so, as they're talking to Savitar through Julian, they tell Savitar they got rid of the Philosopher's Stone. They threw it away, right? Through the Speed Force. But Savitar tends to question if they really did. And, Caitlin reveals that she actually has a piece of the Philosopher's Stone, and she's been keeping it secret with her because she wants to use it to remove her powers. Of course, Julian's upset by this because, everything he's been through with the Philosopher's Stone and Savitar taking over his mind and everything. he's like, why would you keep that? You know what I've been through with that stone and with Savitar. Why would you keep something like that? Even if it... You know how much bad that stone and Savitar done to me, and yet you kept the stone for yourself, for your own selfish reasons, right? So he's obviously upset. And I don't blame him, because it's like, I understand you don't want the powers, but that's kind of a selfish reason to keep a piece of the stone with you, especially when that stone is very dangerous, you know what I mean? It's like, that stone has caused a lot of trouble for Team Flash, and you kept a piece of it for your own selfish reasons. So that's why I'm totally agreeing with Julian being upset with her. Hang on for a sec, guys. Sorry about that. I thought I heard something. But anyway, I do not blame Julian at all, because that was kind of selfish of Caitlin. She kept a piece of the stone for herself, for her own selfish reasons, without even regarding the entire team and what they've been through because of Savitar and that stone. But anyway, Barry and the team figure out that Savitar is actually trapped inside the Speed Force. That's why he's pretty much, like, everywhere, right? And, Jesse tries to talk to Wally, who ends up going back home to, like, clear his mind, right? And as they're talking, Wally sees his mother, a vision of his mom. And at first, I honestly thought it was his mother. I really did. And then, especially, I thought maybe it might have been, like, Wally's guilty conscience. Like, maybe he feels bad about, like, something about his mom. And that's why only he sees her as, like, a figment of his guilt or something. That's why Jesse couldn't see diddly squat. But then, the moment the mother said, "You're not fast enough," I immediately knew. It's like, nope, that's not the mom. That's not his guilty conscience. That is straight up Savitar. And I turned out to be right, because the mom turned into Savitar, saying, "You're never gonna be fast enough," and he just disappears. Jesse ends up coming back to the lab saying Wally was freaking out, saying he saw his mom, saying he's gonna go fight Savitar, and they were like, oh my god, did he actually do what we think we did? And they end up looking in the box. Wally stole the stone fragment from the lab, and he ends up taking it to a factory, and he tries to send it to the Speed Force. And of course, Savitar taunts Wally, because like, oh, you're not fast enough to even open a breach. You're never gonna save your sister, and all that jazz, right? And unfortunately, Wally manages to open a breach, and he throws the frickin' fragment through the breach. Unfortunately, by the time Barry arrived, he arrived just